All right, let's just get right into it. Welcome back to another explainer where we take dense, complex data and, well, turn it into something you can actually use. Today, we're looking at something that honestly is usually a cure for insomnia, a corporate earnings report. But wait, hear me out. Tech Mahindra has completely transformed their standard quarterly update into this genuinely thrilling blueprint for a massive AI turnaround. So if you're wondering how to survive a volatile macro environment, or what this whole AI boom actually means for your enterprise strategy, you're going to want to pay attention. This is basically a masterclass in strategic execution. We're going straight to the source here, the official July 2026 transcript for their Q1 FY27 earnings call. So we aren't dealing with outside speculation or rumors. This is raw, boots-on-the-ground operational reality. It details the execution of a really ambitious 3-year transformation plan directly from the mouths of the CEO, COO, and CFO. To make all this data super easy to digest, we've broken the explainer down into 4 clear stages. We'll cover the big picture, their AI engine known as Project Helix, vertical victories, and finally, the bottom line. Starting with Section 1, the big picture. Let's take a look at how this strategic turnaround actually delivered on those long-term promises. So back in April 2024, CEO Mohit Joshi anchored this whole journey on a very specific 3-year timeline. Year 1, that was all about laying the foundations. Then Year 2 shifted gear into margin expansion, which they called Project Fortius. And that brings us to Year 3, specifically this Q1 FY27, which was the promised pivot to outpaced pure growth. They laid down the markers and they absolutely hit them, moving from those basic foundational fixes to just explosive market-leading momentum. And the headline success here is just undeniable. Q1 revenue hit a massive $1.66 billion. That translates to a 6.6% constant currency growth year over year. Delivering high single-digit growth organically in the current climate, that is no small feat. It really proves their foundational work was rock solid. Moving to Section 2, the AI engine. So how exactly did they achieve this growth? Well, enter Project Helix. What's truly fascinating about Helix is that it isn't just some marketing gimmick or, a standalone pet project on the side. It's a fully integrated AI-first operating model. It is fundamentally changing how they build, sell, run, and scale their services. And they're doing it by weaving deep domain expertise directly into agentic AI platforms. It's a total structural shift. And the internal adoption metrics are honestly staggering. They've already built over 350 deployable AI agents. Just think about this for a second. 70% of their eligible developers are already coding alongside AI pair programmers. That drastically shifts productivity. Plus, 65% of their associates are now AI certified, holding white, blue, or brown belts. They aren't just selling AI to clients, they're literally living it. They've even got over 20 proprietary Orion agents listed on the Google Gemini marketplace, and they're using Perplexity Enterprise Pro to power their own sales intelligence. All right, Section 3, vertical victories. Let's see how this internal AI transformation actually translates into real-world, industry-specific momentum. We are seeing explosive growth across their top-performing verticals right now. Manufacturing really led the charge with a massive 17.2% year-over-year growth, which was driven heavily by aerospace and European automotive programs. But it doesn't stop there. They also saw highly robust performance in retail, travel, and logistics at 8.6% and BFSI at 8.1%. So their AI strategy is clearly winning across some incredibly diverse industries. To really understand why clients are buying in so heavily, COO Atul Soneja highlighted a pretty stark contrast. You see, traditional telecom operations rely heavily on manual effort, right? Which means slow releases and really high incident handling effort. But this new AI native deal they just secured, it features over 30 live AI use cases. The outcome is a targeted 40% reduction in incident effort, and they literally doubled their release velocity. Wow, that is a massive paradigm shift in operational efficiency. Which brings us to Section 4, the bottom line. Because ultimately, investors want to know, do these massive tech investments actually translate to profitability? Well, CFO Rohit Anand reported numbers that completely validate this whole strategy. Total deal wins exceeded $1 billion. That's up over 33% year over year. But you really have to look closely at that free cash flow. $167 million. That is a 94% increase. It nearly doubled. And profit after tax hit $154 million, up 16.2%. So yeah, the investments in platforms and talent, they are clearly paying off in hard cash. But maybe the most striking proof of their execution discipline is hitting a 14.4% operating margin. Now, why is that so impressive? Because it marks 11 consecutive quarters of margin expansion. It proves that even while they were investing heavily in innovation hubs and widespread workforce training, they utilized volume growth and strict operational rigor to continually expand their profitability. And they're also driving massive change outside the balance sheet. There's a great quote by Cameron Sinclair that says, "When sustainability is viewed as being a matter of survival for your business, I believe you can create massive change." That perfectly captures Tech Mahindra's ethos right now. Being ranked as the #1 most sustainable Indian corporate by Time just proves that long-term value creation and environmental stewardship aren't mutually exclusive. They actually power each other.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought to ponder. We've just seen 11 quarters of margin expansion, billion-dollar deal wins, and a deeply integrated AI workforce. Based on Tech Mahindra's massive turnaround, is agentic AI now the ultimate structural lever for any enterprise growth strategy today? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me to decode this corporate journey. Keep analyzing, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.